The Steers travel to the Mustang Bowl in Sweetwater for the regional championships. They're now halfway to state. It's the Midland Greenwood Rangers versus your Graham Steers. Welcome to the Highsmith Automotive Graham Steers football film, brought to you by Highsmith Automotive, Cornelius Custom Services, Clear Fork Country, Tom Raft at the Movie Store, your satellite TV connection, Master Cleaners and Laundry on Indiana, Potter's Pizza, Simply Fresh, Simply Better, and Mike Sipes State Farm Insurance. The Steers knew coming into this week that Greenwood's quarterback was going to be trouble. He's big, he's fast, and he can carry the ball. But we didn't think we'd give up the ball enough to be down 14-0 in the first quarter. The Steers are going to have to dig their way out of this one. After last week's stellar offensive win, it would be the defense that would get things going this week. Jansen Graham punches this ball loose behind the line, and nobody from Greenwood sees it. That allows Hughes to scoop this up and run untouched for 55 yards to finally get the Steers on the board in the second quarter. Midland's next possession would lead them to a 1st and goal, but the Steers would make a stand and hold them to just 3, but they have extended their lead to 10. Then we see our first glimpse of the Steers offense we know and love. Bryce Reeves gets a big lead on his defender, and Ben Davis lays this one right in his hand. A 68-yard touchdown reception would bring the Steers within 3. But a pick in the second quarter would hand over the ball to Greenwood deep in Steers territory, and another quarterback keeper would move the Greenwood lead to 9 points. With a minute 37 left in the half, the Steers string together a drive that takes just a little over 1 minute off the clock, and they carry some momentum into the locker room. They've managed to close the gap to just 2 points. The Steers we see in the second half of the game are more like it. They come out calm and poised, and on their first drive move the ball into the end zone in just 1 minute and 23 seconds of game time. If there were some nerves in the first half, it looks like they've subsided and we're in for a show. The Steers have their first lead of the night. Defense also comes up big in the second half. The line seems to adjust to the rushing game of Greenwood, and they begin to contain the quarterback, who's gonna have to go to the air. But it would be special teams that would add some breathing room to the lead. Hunter Jones fields a deep punt around the 20-yard line. He starts to make his way to the right and has picked up all sorts of blockers. He weaves his way out of traffic and has just one man to beat. He would take it to the end zone, but an arguable holding call undoes the touchdown. But it would be a moot point, and Dylan Gonzalez takes the ball from the 30 and all the way to pay dirt, and the Steers have stretched their lead to 12 points. It's 35-23. The Rangers find themselves in a 1st and goal from the 3, but Hunter Wall stops the first attempt and brings up 2nd and goal, and the play of the game. Like we said, the D-line had made some great adjustments, forcing Greenwood to the air. But this time, Bryce Reeves has got this read all the way. He would intercept this pass 2 yards deep in the end zone. He's got a great path out of there, with very few Rangers between him and the other goalpost. The quarterback is the last man to beat, and Spur Hearn keeps him tied up to let Reeves take a pick six, 102 yards to get us to our final score. Graham Steers 41, the Greenwood Rangers 23.
We're just in cover 3, and I was reading the quarterback's eyes, and I just looked him staring down the receiver, and I jumped the route, and I followed my blockers all the way to the house. I mean, we didn't play our game in the first half. In the second half, we stepped it up.
We can get used to this. This is awesome. You guys just keep real, keep dialing the victories up. Hey, man, and it is so fun. You guys deserve this. At halftime, we're down by 2. We say let's go out and play some Graham Steer football, and that's what we did.
Next week is quarterfinals action with the Gatesville Hornets at 7:30 p.m. in Stephenville. We'll see you there. And that's it for your Highsmith Automotive football film. Brought to you by Highsmith Automotive, Cornelius Custom Services, Clear Fork Country, Tom Raft at the Movie Store, your satellite TV connection, Master Cleaners and Laundry on Indiana, Potter's Pizza, Simply Fresh, Simply Better, and Mike Sipes State Farm Insurance. I'm Jay Hawkins on behalf of Scene Marketing saying, keep your eyes on the Steers of Graham.